Alright, welcome everybody to another video. Haven't done the video in some time. Within this video it's going to be a topic. I think the topic is going to pretty much be, how long do you think the coronavirus is going to be? When do you think it's going to end? At this moment I have my coronavirus. If you put in coronavirus and then put in your coronavirus cases and then put in your state, you get filled with some information on the amount of cases that sprung up in your area. And within Florida, I guess it's hitting highs and lows. It's not really stabilizing, but it's a lot better than it was in the end of March. And I live in actually Miami-Dade County, and apparently with the numbers that are out, there's about 14,742. And apparently Miami has the most amount of coronavirus cases within the state of Florida. And I think the reason why Miami in particular is, I think most areas where there's lots of travel, there's lots of airports, there's lots of tourist spots, these are going to be the cases or the areas where you're going to see more cases of coronavirus coming and going, because these are, obviously people from other states or other countries are going to visit here and carry this disease without them knowing. Because I think there are actually some people who can carry the coronavirus for a couple of days without even showing any symptoms of having a cough or anything like that. So I think this is sort of interesting, maybe in the future, to note that any possibility that there might be a future outbreak, a future pandemic, I should not live in populated cities or any city that's has heavy tourism, anything like that. But the point I wanted to make this video is I wanted to talk about the possibility of this lasting throughout the end of this year and next year, and maybe even next year after that. I think I read something online where it was telling that the possibility of their coming out of the vaccine is going to be in 2022. But I'm not so sure. I actually pulled up some information. Which one is this? Which one? Yeah. I pulled up some information that within the Business Insider, it has this headline that says, coronavirus vaccine probably won't be ready before the end of 2021, according to a Swiss pharmaceutical giant. I'll just read a little bit about it. A coronavirus vaccine will probably not be ready for the use at the end of 2021 at the earliest, according to the chief executive of the Swiss pharmaceutical giant Roche. Dozens of teams, researchers across the world are racing to develop a vaccine to stem the spread of coronavirus infections, bring down death rates, and allow countries to reopen their economies. Thinking about that, and I know they said they're going to reopen some. Actually, I'm actually subscribed to some YouTube channels, some news outlets like CNN and MSNBC, and they are making some articles or making some videos talking about in certain areas are reopening. I know in Florida, the governor DeSantis opened up some beaches, and there were some beaches in Miami that were open, but they were immediately closed because a lot of the people who went to those beaches wasn't following social distancing. The thing I wanted to show was the fact that within Miami-Dade County, the county I'm living in, there's approximately 14,742 people that live here. That are confirmed to have coronavirus. But for the Miami population, there's about 470,914. And this is just a small area with Miami. But if you look at Miami-Dade County, which is what I'm in, this bigger block, is about almost 3 million. I did some calculations by dividing 14,742 to the population, and apparently when you compare the percentage of coronaviruses or the cases of confirmed coronaviruses, that's literally less than a percentage. It's actually 0.5% of people of the total population having the coronavirus. So some people think that the government or many of these states are overreacting. That's why there was a lot of protests from Some say right wing politicians or right wing protests, saying that these guys, they want to reopen other states because we're overreacting. There's not that many people who have it. Blah blah blah. It's hurting the economy, and I also agree. I definitely agree that it's hurting the economy. I think there's about like 36 million people at the moment that file for unemployment. Let's see. I think 36 million people unemployed. Yeah, unemployment claims above 36 million in coronavirus. So that's very alarming. And this is only just for the first couple of months. This is the first couple of months. So imagine that we have to wait for 2021 for there to be a vaccine, or for people to feel the government to feel safe enough to open everything back up, and everything goes according to plan. Everything goes back to normal, whatever normal was. I don't think we're going to be able to even make it toward 2021, toward the middle of 2021, before there's just going to be tons of people homeless, tons of people, I don't know, being desperate, possibly committing small petty crimes in order to feed their families, and so on and so forth. That's how I see it. But I just wanted to ask other people how they feel about the situation. Do they think this will continue to happen? If so, if you think it's going to end toward 2021, or they're going to open everything up before the end of 2020, I don't know. Very interesting. Love to hear other people's thoughts. I'm gonna end it right here. Goodbye.